On this episode of Flipside, we check out the year we spent making the snowboard film Pop. We'll show you where we went, some of the stories, who was bustin', and how it all got done.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard the Soulful Sound Part 1. Now, Part 2, are you ready? Do you want to hear? Part 2, are you ready? Do you want to hear? Part 2, are you ready? Do you want to hear? Part 2, are you ready? Do you want to hear?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, sirs and madames. I'm Travis Rice, and I have had the pleasure of spending a year with Absinthe Films, an international crew. A bunch of guys cover a whole range of countries and nations, came together last year to produce a movie called Pop. This is basically a summary or a quick glimpse into what it takes to do what we do. Several members out of the States. I'd say the majority out of Europe.
3, 2, 1.
Oh God, no.
Roma de Marque. Mad respect for that kid. He's a twisted soul, Roma. He is one of the most motivated people in the world that I know, personally. That kid charges harder than any other rider I know. He's a fearless son of a bitch. Roma is a motivating factor to ride with. I think a lot of things people don't see when they see Pop is what goes on behind the scenes and when they actually cut a shot.
I mean, you try hard, you slam hard, you get knocked out. Yeah, unfortunately last year I got knocked out three or four times, like 2 really big ones. And my doctor were not happy about that for sure. But, you know, I love what I do and what they say, you know. I will die for what I do, because I love it so much. You know, having that many concussions in 1 year is not that good for you. Maybe not now, but it will like affect me later in my life, maybe. But I always said that, like, I don't really see myself being really old. I mean, even though I will be old, but not in my mind. This contest, that was in Sweden, in Stockholm. That was the Mega Pro contest, when it was the time for the prize ceremony. I just sneak in and just like stand next to Ingo. All the girls was going around the riders and give it, you know, just a little kiss for congratulating them. The pipe was like ice blue. The landing was flat. I was with Travis, but it didn't really work for him because it was a hillside turn. I was a little bit sketched out. Yeah, I don't even know why I jumped it. Maybe I'm more crazy than they think. Or maybe I'm not. Or maybe I don't want to tell them who I am.
For me, this movie was a long year, a lot of hard work, a lot of early mornings, a lot of knots in my back. Kind of a trial on, I think, everybody's mental toughness, because, you know, any time that the going got a little rough, it was kind of just cowboy up. We definitely had to buck up and ride, you know, as hard as we could. I think everybody stepped up.
One of my favorite shots from Nicolas in Brighton.
Oh God, I was like, I thought I saw you tumble. Dude, I couldn't see. And then all of a sudden I could see it. There was like already a kick and a BAM! Shaka, shortbread.
Snowboarding, it doesn't always have to be the biggest jump. The small things like mini shred can make you stoked too. Often it's the small things that make the differences. That's true.
Makes it happen to find always funny stuff to write on. Styler. Swiss style, I guess, huh?
Mini shred.
He came out with his own little way of snowboarding and it was like super good, I think. I hope kids enjoyed it. I did.
Something to keep it really technical, the riding itself, yet something you can still approach what you're trying to do with a smile.
If you're an animal, what kind of animal would you be?
A monkey that lives in the snow.
The Dam. The Dam is in Zillertal, Austria. We had shot there for our previous movie Saturation. We came back to try something different. Last year we shot it from the side, and this year I'd get a new angle by rappelling down the front.
That's how far we go for the shots. Alright. Nou werden wir jetzt in der Wand.
We tried for 3 days, but the weather was working against us. We couldn't get the shots we wanted.
3 days we spent at this dam. Weather sucked. Snow sucked. The shots, they suck. My mood sucks. Snowboard movie.
Then Wally got the idea to build a cradle. It just so happens Wally's dad is the boss at the dam. So he got an employee to use a snow excavator to build us our cradle. Austrian tax money paid for it. And we got the shot. Wally slammed really hard the first couple times.
I had one slam before and then we said we're gonna come back at night and do it again with lights, and there I had the second slam right again on my chest and broke my ribs. I did it 3 more times, but then I was done. I was spitting blood and not much, you know, but just not feeling good anymore. Then it was over.
Japan.
I like Japan. Toyota bigger, yeah. That was fun. First time there, crazy scene.
You can't tell us yet.
After the Toyota Big Air in Sapporo, Wole, Ingemar and I drove to Ruzicki to spend 10 days riding some of the deepest powder of the winter.
Hanging with Ingemar in Niseko and all the people come up, oh, is that Ingemar, is that Ingemar? Just sent the people over to Ingemar and he's signing all the autographs. We had really good snow there. It was weather, but just stayed in the woods and tried to have fun. Just all the branches sticking out, building up pillows, and just fun to bounce on them.
Man, for real, I'm so thankful right now. It was way too cool earlier. I almost was facing impending doom. Could have flown over. Boom. Got the nollie, got the hand plant, went for the, like, I was gonna do ollie to grab the post, spin around 360, then like hit the pillow, and then revert into the, just go through like the chute between the pole and the thing. But I went up, I had a little too much velocity and flew up, saw the pole, grabbed that, kind of stalled it out a minute, hung off the edge. Dropped and revert, stomped. Mad applause from across the parking lot.
The Mark Frank Montoya kicker. This is a pretty common high little jump that's been serviced several times the last few years.
The hole's coming!
Camouflage steez.
Hey, seriously, light is not bad.
No, but serious.
About 7 o'clock tomorrow, it's gonna be clear. So I'm gonna wait all night here. Do you think we can hit it at nighttime with candles?
No, serious.
Roman's not joking around, and sure enough, he's fine. He doesn't need perfect conditions. Just throws a snowball and goes for it.
3, 2, 1.
Commando.
Raymond.
There's a little kind of unsaid rule as far as when you're going out and filming snowboarding, and kind of the deal that this happened to be on today with Trevor and Roman was, you see, Trevor landed a very, very sweet 7. Roman came along and did the same trick. When those guys are out there filming, it's tough to get shots.
Was sick, that one. I think.
Raymond, better do that 9.
Yeah, I will. I know. I don't want to screw you over.
Raymond, always doing the same tricks as me.
Yeah, he's always wearing the same backpack as me.
Whoa!
Nah, I'm going to land it. I have to. It was sick, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was sick. Just seems like your rotations was a little slow.
Too slow?
Yeah, a little bit. Because you're coming around and like...
Trevor was nice enough to spend the rest of the day helping pack out the jump. He even had Nicolas grooming the jump all perfect. And so he could go ahead and spin a little bit more and get that 9 so he could just throw that 7 in the trash bin and Trizza could keep it. Alaska seems so far away, just a 4-hour flight out of Seattle, northwestern United States.
You know, Alaska is really tricky. I mean, like, to hope to have some good footage, you need to stay at least a month because the weather is so variable.
Heli skiing in Alaska is great. It's probably about as good as it gets. It's, you know, the equivalent of, say, taking a boat trip surfing in Bali. You know, it's pretty much about the best of the best as far as fresh powder. Alaska is mean. Alaska is big. And Alaska has good snow.
Just have to tell to the pilot, okay, I want to go to that peak, and he drop you. So it's perfect. I love Alaska.
The funny thing with Alaska is that when we go up and film in Alaska, so much of the footage looks a lot friendlier than it truly is. It really is some of the most mentally tough snowboarding that any one of these riders in this movie does. One thing the camera really doesn't show is every time you stand on top of one of those faces, you can really only see about 5 to 10 feet in front of you, and then the slope curves down, which you cannot see. We seem to always get it a little better every year when we go up.
This is my shot, the only shot that made it in from my trip to AK. $5,000 stalefish. Money well spent.
can be like the best dream you've ever had, and it's just, the snow is so unreal and the terrain is the best thing you could ever dream up.
It's fun, but at the same time it's rather dangerous compared to most of the stuff that we do.
The gaps. There are only a few massive gaps that are known around the world. 2 of them are in Utah. Chad's Gap is the biggest. Measuring at 120 feet from knuckle to knuckle, it's named after the first skier that did it. His name's Chad. For 4 years, only skiers had hit Chad's Gap. Travis and Roman changed all that.
I think one of the craziest things when it came to building the gaps was perfecting the cleanliness of the run-ins. We tried to half-ass some of them, and I remember Roman trying to point it, going switch, and just catching an edge. After that, we decided to make the run-ins a little bit better, and I think throughout that fix, we were able to clear these gaps that were looming for years. Nice little distance to clear, and a pretty little landing. Us filming all winter, we get the pro bono of traveling out to Kauai and surfing for 2 weeks as a work trip to edit our parts. We go to Hawaii to edit Justin, Mr. Patrick Armbruster, and pretty much the rest of the crew go to create a movie with a good feeling, I think is what it's all about.
Hawaiian style.
Kauai is such a great part of the whole year as far as filming.
Sick ride, man.
Time to deliver. Hey, babies. Got something to drop around. All right, my friend. Hold it down. I'm coming through.
You don't need to make the radio sound. We'll take care of that.
Okay.
Mahalo, aloha. Dude, we should come here in winter time. Session this one. Sick.
I like it.
Oh my god. Yeah, man. We're trying to get Justin up all morning. He says he wants to surf, but I think he's a lazy.
This is your last and final chance to come surf, get your paddles, throw shakas.
I don't think he's coming.
10-4.
More waves for me.
Just got in, buddy.
So cool.
Yes, and it was a lovely, lovely surf day.
Yes.
I think it can burn your lens.
Plastic's now melting on that cheap-ass lens you got.
A lot of work to do.
No cameras, no cameras.
It's my last night in Hawaii, dude. I gotta make the most of the situation.
Alert, dude. Where's that?
Oh, man.
Tired? This is what happens when we have cameras around.
I don't know.
Sick part.
I don't like interviews. So, enjoy the view.
Hey, Howley, go back to the mainland.
The day before delivering the master, we finalize our graphics.
Big movie business going down.
The last couple hours.
We're the real macaronis. Fourth time in a row. The absinthe has landed. Pop is on. This is our jump tester, Mr. T.
Yeah, I'll be right here. I'll be like this.
Go! You already started, you initiated the build, so I don't want to cramp your steez, but I'm telling you, you're tripping. We're gonna have to take the jump and angle it a little bit, though. Like, it looks like we need to turn it a little. That's how Ramon likes it. He drops in Switzerland and lands in France. After spending beginning of the season wakeboarding in Whistler, coming straight to Switzerland to try our big. After shoving like a maniac and f***ing Trevor on, we got 2 tricks on my jump. Of course I deserve it to go out.
Oh man, that was so big. You're just like, dude.